as well. The main tribes that are associated with being of the 10 tribes. Okay, so yeah, so let's get into first. Let me read this. All right, so this is Mexica.net, and it says the Aztec physical appearance. It says the Aztecs were short and stocky. The men rarely more than 5 feet 6 inches tall, okay, and the women more delicately built, with an average height about 4 feet 8 inches. Skin color varied from dark to light brown. Okay, and I'm really getting sick and tired of you know this whole brown. You Negroes are brown. Like even when the term black and brown, they say black and brown relation. Like brown, we're brown. Okay, gotta get simple. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking brown, not beige. You know what I'm saying? Beige. This beige and thing like pale and things like that. So again, brown. Even when you type in Indian brown or Indian red rather, still chestnut still has that brown complexion. So even they be trying to say like the Redskins, but it's not red like Esau. It still has a brownish tint. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I just wanted to get that, and then I'm gonna drop down here and I'm gonna read in another book. It says, here is a 16th century Spanish description. The people of this land are well made, rather tall than short. They are swarthy as leopards, of good manners and gestures, for the greater part very skillful, robust, and tireless, and at the same time the most moderate men known. Okay, and they are very warlike and face death with the greatest resolution. Salakia. But it says they were swarthy. So again, we already know what swarthy means. Okay, because we know that, we know the history of Spain, Portugal, Europe, Charles the Steward. We know that the word steward comes from the word swarthy. So it means dark skin. Swart coming from the word swart. Swartz, you know what I'm saying? So even go to the etymology, but I mean y'all could do that on your own. But basically, dark, so they applied that same, the same swarthy to, the Aztecs. Okay, swarthy as leopards. So most likely like jaguars and stuff. It wasn't saying, that they had spot, like a leopard, spots and things like that. But just for them to use that example shows you something. Okay, so and yeah, somebody might hate on that. So I'm gonna read in this book right here. It's called When Rocks Cry Out. Horace Butler. So I'm gonna be reading from this, and I'm gonna show some images. All right, so this is page 34. All right, so it says, let me see if this. Okay, so it says, I turned back to the writings to see if there was a clear description of Montezuma, which I'm gonna show you in a minute. Not surprisingly, the Spaniards admitted that the Aztec leader was a man of middling size, thin, and like all Indians, of a very dark complexion. Okay? Alright, I'm going to read another one. This is in page 60. So that was in page 34. And this is in page 60. It says, several weeks after sending some of the findings to Princeton University for review and criticism, I saw a centuries-old illustration that depicted black-skinned Aztecs meeting Cortez when he arrived at the Aztec capital. The illustration was published in 1724 on a front page of Antonio de Solis' History of the Conquest of Mexico. The artist had allowed the buildings in the illustration to be Moorish in design, and he had allowed all but one of the Aztecs to be black-skinned. He or someone had lightened considerably the complex of Montezuma. Was so keen in understanding about the Aztec buildings being Moorish in design, the artist should have been familiar with the conquistadors' other descriptions, which said Montezuma was a man of middling size, thin, and of a very dark complexion. All right, so let's go to that real quick there. Antonio de. So, yeah, you really can. I'm going to just go. But this is what it's talking about right here. Okay, so this is Cortez. These are the Aztecs. Montezuma's right here. You see nothing but woolly hair. Let me go through. Matter of fact, I have it in color. So let's go here. All right, so as you can see, color this, and you can see the variation. This Spaniards, but yet these are all dark. You know, the Aztecs all dark. It says the interview of Cortez and Moctezuma in the city of Mexico. Okay, so who's not a Mexican? All right, so you know, so let me show you Moctezuma. Okay, so this is Montezuma. All right, so dark skin, you know, as described. All right, so but y'all claim y'all come from the Aztecs and Mayans, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I never see no one post this picture up. It always be whitewashed, and yeah, I'm saying it whitewashed because, and again, a lot of you guys that don't know anything, they whitewashed a lot of the images of the true indigenous black Indians. Okay, and I don't even say black Indians, but the true aborigines. Okay, so, or indigenous. All right, and I've shown this. If y'all want to subscribe or follow me on Instagram, it's Makaza. Okay. All right, so this I'm gonna just close it out by showing images. All right, so this is by John Ogilvy. Okay, this is you know, in Mexico. The same it's the same kind of design in that one. Okay, but this is and you could tell that it's the same people because of the feathers and things like these aren't slaves. All right. So, and why and it says and I think they because I have some other pictures. I might do another one and show some other pictures of Aztecs, but just to show why would, if this is in Mexico and it's, you know, the painting talking about Aztecs, these aren't African slaves. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so, and this is one of the Aztec, one of the last Aztec couple, woolly hair, you know what I'm saying? So, Aztec, you know, another artifact Aztec, alright? So, look, if you research the Bonamampak, you know, it has like the Mayans on there, you know, just showing, you know, dark skin, you know, on the walls. All right, so let me just show some more. You know, so this what y'all claim to be Mayans and Aztecs, but then you hate, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the Olmecs, Mayans, Aztecs. Cause yeah, you can tell the difference in color before Hispanic invasion. Alright, so, and when you, a lot of brothers, because that same post It was with Nathaniel, and he had brought out this book, and showing how how when you drop down it says the Mexicans are originally of the 10 tribes captured by Salmanazar, uh, of the family of Issachar, whom the Indians recognize as their special ancestor. Out of this book, and I should have put it up, but showing how a lot of the Aztec words are Hebrew. Okay, so I mean, and he shows this image, and this guy gets mad, so cause it's not like the typical what you see in Mexico. Okay, but I just smashed everything and showed you know who that Negroes was in Mexico way before the Spanish came in, which are the 10 tribes, or who we would call Issachar. All right. So, but a lot of people bring this book out, and then they'll be like, see, but they don't, they won't go to these images, like I was saying, to show that this is what the people look like, or Issachar. So, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna just show more Mayans. Y'all can do this research, or if y'all want some more, or if y'all want like sources or whatever, yeah, y'all can hit me up in the comment board. All right, and this is a book, Africa's Gift to America, Saint California Indian. It says right here, Negroes in America before Columbus, head of a god, Mexico, right, was found in ancient Indian graves, and that's a lot of people don't know also about the mounds. It had a lot of Negro sculptures in there. All right, so and then like going back to how we show all the artifacts showing that the indigenous are Israelites. You have the I forgot what it's called, but it has the Moses. Let me see. This is just a side note. Um, but has Moses with the the woolly hair. Okay. So you know, let me see what else. I think that's pretty much it that I just, but like I said, you could do your own research, but I didn't show the Aztecs, Mayans, I mean showing the showing like the Olmecs is self-explanatory. Matter of fact, I didn't even bring this out. This is also from 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. All right, it says, really the point I wanted to get was this Riva Palacio says it's undisputable that in very ancient times the Negro race occupied our territory, Mexico, when the two continents were joined. Okay, so and then I'll read up here, just this part right here. Um, here unto this Colonel Braggin say I'll just read the whole thing. It says that he saw in Ecuador a statuette of a Negro that is at least 20,000 years old. He adds hereunto the ethnologist image that imagine that Negroes appeared in the New World only during our own epoch when they were imported as slaves, and that's what I'm saying. So anyone teaching that Negroes came later, or you're all the Afro Latinos in America or in Central and South America are products of, slavery only, and then you done, but in the same breath you want to say that all the tribes are Negro at once, and then Spaniards came and mixed whatever, you know what I'm saying. But then if someone posts that, no, it's automatically, you know that then you forget, and then you thinking that the indigenous look like how the modern look now, which is incorporated of $5 Indians, a white man Esau, that's now chief of a lot of these, like the Cherokee and the, you know what I'm saying, uh, the Cherokee, Choctaw, the Five Nations, plus a lot of these other, tribes. And then you have fake, Mongoloids that came into the picture and warred with the 10 tribes, the Negroes. Okay, and then there was mixing in that. It's a lot more complicated than, you guys just looking at the modern. But like I said, for someone to say stupid stuff like that, and you claim to be in the truth, or you claim to be Issachar, you know what I'm saying, and then you hate on images like this, and and say bullshit like this, you're gonna get checked for it. All right, so let me finish, and then I'll close it out. So it says some statues of the Indian gods in Central America possess typical Negro features, and certain prehistoric monuments there undoubtedly represent Negroes. Okay, and there's the source. All right, so let me let's go into wanted wanted it to be, but it is what it is. So but I wanted to show real quick, cause Song of Solomon, um, so it says, I'm black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Gadar, as the curtains of Solomon. Alright. So, his wife was black. Alright, or, she's describing herself. And then you go, Song of Solomon, chapter 6:13, return, O Shulamite, return, that we may look upon thee. What will ye see in the Shulamite? Okay, so as it were the company of two armies. All right, so and then because you could tell like it's back and forth between Solomon and his wife. I believe it says, verse 1, behold, thou art fair, my love, behold, thou art fair, thou hast dove eyes with thy locks, thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. All right, describing the texture, and then that's a misconception that only Negroes have Negro, and this is a side note. It's my Facebook, but let me see, close some of these out. Let me see something real quick. All right, as I've shown, I like to show a lot of Afro-Brazilians, but you got some with afros, some with hair, more curly hair, hair like, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, just like here, you know what I'm saying. So, and having the ponytails like indigenous would. So come on, man. You guys is talking foolishness. So, but it says a person of Shinum, and yeah, I also wanted to get First Kings. It's First Kings 1 and 3. So they sought for a fair damsel throughout all the coast of Israel, and found Abishai, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. Okay, so I'm not really gonna go into it. I just want to get to the point. Um, but yeah, you're just looking at the Shunammite, Abishai, you know, coming from the word Shunam, a city in Issachar. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to show. So like I said, I'm gonna do the next one to shut this whole Negroes came later thing. Not saying that slavery didn't happen or nothing. My point is that stop saying it and making it seem like the North or the Southern Kingdom is only Negroes, and the Southern Kingdom is like, or I mean, the Northern Kingdom had no need, or it's still majority. Basically, still the Northern Kingdom is majority Negroes. Okay, and a lot of us claiming we Judah and stuff going, you know what I'm saying, or could possibly be of the Northern Kingdom. Okay, but this whole point was for stupid comments that are said, saying that Afro-Mexicans rather are not Mexicans, as if it's like I said, similar to how they're treated in Costa Chica, Veracruz, Guerrero, by people out there hating and discriminating against them, probably saying no same bullshit as the shit you just said about someone not being Mexican. Okay, probably saying, yeah, go back to Africa, the same bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that the Negro faces in America. Okay, so anybody got a problem with this video, leave your comments, and I'm a smash everything y'all bring out. All right, and that's to those that, if you hate on this video, I'm just brought out pure facts that a lot of you Negroes aren't bringing out, and then you would let someone like that say that, you know what I'm saying, and so I don't want to get too far off, but yeah, that's been the lesson. Until next time, Shalom.